Creating an e-letter or e-newsletter through Message Center. We click on the Message Center module. Now at the top here we can either choose to create an e-newsletter or an e-letter. They operate in a similar way. If you already have an e-newsletter created, one of the great things that you can do is actually choose to duplicate it, and that way all the formatting and spacing is carried over, and then all you have to do is change out text and images if you're sticking to a similar format for your newsletters. But let's click on create a new e-newsletter here. We can choose to name the e-newsletter, whether we want to keep an issue or date number for the newsletter, and then we can type in our subject line, which is what comes into people's email subject line. Often we'll do something such as hi and then use for example name, which is a macro which pulls people's first name into it, so it'll say something like hi David. In this instance uses another string which carries another macro in it for an invoice number if people are placing orders. At the bottom here we can also choose whether we use a specific template if you have different styles of templates, and then once you're satisfied with that you can click Save. Message Center operates similar to Site Center in terms of creating text and images for your e-newsletter. So if you want to get an overview on that, have a look at some of the Site Center instructional videos, as that will explain how we enter text and images into content sections. We'll go to one of our already created emails so that you can see. We'll click on Edit here. As you can see, this contains text already as well as images. The thing that differs from Site Center is the fact that you've got this text version below, and what the system does is it tries to send out the HTML version first, but if there are bounces from that for the customer, then the system tries to send the plain text version. So one of the things that you need to do as you go through and create your e-newsletter is to always regenerate the text version so that it's up to date, and you can go in and edit the text version to clean it up. Once you're satisfied with your text, you can preview the e-newsletter as you go, just to make sure that it's looking exactly the way that you're wanting it to. It's always good to make it look interesting and create links back to your website to send people back to it. Back to section previews. Once you've finished creating your e-newsletter and you're happy with it, it's always recommended to send yourself a proof. Basically put in your email address and then pop the email address into the recipient's area and then send a proof to yourself. This will come into your email box, and you'll be able to see exactly what it looks like in real time and how your customers will see it. Once you've done this, everything's ready to go, and then you can go into Delivery Center where you send it out. Instructions on this is covered in another instructional video.